Welcome to Uprising. You are watching a live presentation of the Star Wars Armada Tournament action here on Ion Radio. This tournament is sponsored by Armada Chicago, Admiral Tater's Ship Shop, Ion Radio, and Games Plus. And now your host, Ken Krajniak.
Ion Radio is on the air from the Maywood Public Library here in Chicago. We are bringing you Uprising, a Star Wars Armada tournament presented by Armada Chicago. Hello, everyone. Along with my favorite Sith Lord, Adrian Valerie, I'm Ken Krajniak reporting here for round 4 of Uprising. Quick shout out to our tableside reporter, Doug, who will be giving us some of the extra action here that we cannot see or hear because of where we are relative to the table. And away we go. So, Adrian, welcome back here for day 2.
Yeah, really excited about day 2. The top 8 competitors from day 1 are now keeping their points, and they are going to be just going at it with gnashed teeth for these prizes from Admiral Tater. The display out front that has the ruler set, the deck boxes, all the acrylics are, there's drool stains around the home base where this is displayed. They want these prizes, and they want bragging rights.
They do, and actually, we showcased some of those prizes to you yesterday while John and Johnny were here. So, again, thank you, John, for coming out to visit us for a little while, and we're really happy to see the little Admiral Johnny also joining us on the podcast. We've had Admiral Tater, you and myself, of course, and even Ryan was joining us in the chat. So you got the full Command Stack and Ion Radio crew kind of helping you through this Uprising tournament, which we're still at 34 players. Yep. But now we're in day 2. So there's been a couple changes, and we're going to go over that, I think, a little bit later because time just started, and we've got some fleets to talk about.
Ooh, time just started. Yes, this actually the stream this morning is not actually top table. Top table is Dave Huber and Garrett Vance, but this is number 2. Who does number 2 work for? No, but these guys are hot in the hunt. Point value almost equivalent, and it's going to be really interesting fleets because both Garrett and Dave were on stream yesterday. Ken was like, let's show something different, right?
Yeah, because you guys at home want to see some different fleets, right? Yeah. So now I've already seen in the comments, Jeff, you're saying you want to see some Rebel Providence play. We're going to do one better than that. We're going to give you some Rebel and some CIS Providence play. Yep. So let's go ahead. We're going to switch over to the fleets. Fleets, of course, are brought to you by Adepticon, who supplied quite a few mats for the tournament. The only mats they did not provide were the top 4 tables, which were supplied here by Ion Radio and Imperial Star Shop. So all that for the tournament today. So that is why the Adepticon logo is up at the top of the screen. But let's go through some of the fleets. So first fleet we have here is Rob. And Adrian, you want to go through that one?
I would be happy to go through Rob's fleet. It's I have seen this fleet in action. I was extremely disappointed to see Rob across the table from me at one of our Sunday morning sessions because I knew I was going to get the hammer brought down. But it is a tough nut to crack. It's got the Providence carrier, obviously, with Krista Agate, Ray Antilles, Walix Blissix, boarding troopers, ordnance experts, expanded hangar bay, and auxiliary shield teams, and rounding it out, that wasn't bad enough, engine techs. He also has the ship I don't like to face the most, the MC-30 torpedo frigate with skilled first officer, ordnance experts, ECM, external racks, and foresight. He's got a CR-90 Corvette with TRC and Jaina's Light, the most economical and frustrating CR-90 you can build. And 2 GR-75s, one with Hondo Onaka on it, everybody's friend, and part supply. Another GR-75 with Ahsoka Tano and reserve hangar deck. So he's got 5 ships for those activations, and he still managed to squeeze in some squads. He's got 3 Z-95s, which you don't see flown very often, but he uses them to great effect. Shara Bay, again, so frustrating, and Lieutenant Blount.
So there's the squadrons down on the field for you guys to see here. We're going to go to the other fleet, which is Nick's. I should make a point here. Rob is up at the top of the screen. Nick is at the bottom. So Nick is defending the planet. Rob is, he's probably with that Rebel Providence and the CR-90s. He's delivering supplies to the planet, I'm guessing.
As long as the supplies are violent and explode.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let's cover up Nick's fleet. Nick is our Imperial Admiral that's
CIS?
here with us today. But he's flying CIS. So it's an Imperial Admiral.
So for those who can't see, Nick is currently in full Imperial garb. For those of you who have been to Adepticon in the past, one of those excellently kitted out Imperial officers walking around the floor is Nick, and he is not disappointing with his uniform today. But yeah, he's definitely flying some robots.
So as I mentioned earlier, Jeff, you wanted to see Rebel Providence play. Here's our CIS Providence play. So Nick's got a Martuk fleet. Martuk is on a Providence carrier with electronic countermeasures, flak guns, assault concussion missiles, point defense ion cannons, the DBY-827 heavy turbo lasers. By the way, that particular turbo laser is sponsoring all attacks, at least the first attack of the match.
Yes.
The Invincible title and advanced projectors. The second ship is a Recusant light destroyer with Teaks, veteran gunners, assault proton torpedoes, swivel mount batteries, and Patriot Fist. The next ship is a munificent star frigate with engine techs, electronic countermeasures, linked turbo laser towers, and that's it. And of course, always linked turbo laser towers permanently attached to the munificent star frigate. Gazanti Cruisers is the final ship in the list here with MS-1 ion cannons.
Ooh.
And that rounds out fleets. No squadrons here for Nick. Now, we are playing Solar Corona. We're going to move over here and get you the full view. And what I want to do is bring up, and I just got to figure out where I can place this on the screen. And where do I want to put it, Adrian? I think we're going to put it. Let's put it over here on this side, and then there we go. So now you folks at home can see what we're doing here with Solar Corona.
All right. So clearly, it's Solar Corona. So Rob has set up all of his stuff first. So Rob is first player, and that is Nick's Solar Corona. So Nick will be able to dictate which side of the mat the Corona is on and start removing some accuracies once the shooting starts.
So again, just reminders for Solar Corona that when a ship is attacking, before resolving any attack effects, if any portion of the Corona is inside the attacking hull zone's firing arc, the attacker must discard one die with an accuracy icon from the attack pool if able.
Correct. Yep. And honestly, I think Solar Corona is kind of a go-to objective. It really allows you to see what they're going to field in what formation, and aside from the obvious removal of accuracy effect, just being able to deploy your fleet into a flank in the most advantageous position, it's such a huge advantage.
Mm-hmm. No, completely agree. Solar Corona is a good objective. It's one of the standard three that comes. Solar Corona is on, looking at it, your right. So the the right side of the planet, of course, when you're on the planet. Left side of the planet when you're looking at the planet. So
obviously, it's going to be the side. You see where all those CIS ships are. When those ships move forward and then cheat left, obviously behind them is going to be the Corona, because they want all those accuracies removed. It's like the sun in your eyes in traffic. You know, you can't be very accurate when you're blinded by the Corona. Then again, if you're out at the bar and are blinded by Corona, that could be something else entirely. True. But yeah. All right. So these guys, I've had occasions to play both of these in Chicago. Rob is from Wisconsin, but he plays in Chicago very often. So we consider him unofficially local. But both these guys are real careful players. Both of them know exactly what they're doing. Obviously, they're in the top 8 for a reason. This is going to be a really interesting match.
So, of course, turn 1, we've got a lot of movement. Not a lot happens in that first turn.
Right.
Just ships moving here, speed 1 and 2, kind of moving around. We do have that CR90 that is moving at speed 3.
Yep.
And again, just a great way to start off round 4, in the tournament.
Yeah,
so, while we're speaking about round 4, we should talk about how we got here. So we have our top 8 players, and actually wound up being part of the top 10 because 2 wound up dropping.
Yep.
To move to either Monster Truck or
Who's the Boss?
Who's the Boss?
Yeah.
So, and that's part of the tournament. Adrian, why don't you talk a little bit about what we have going on for the tournament beyond just the top 8 now?
Sure. So, obviously the standard tournament is as it is. However, you've got 2 mini tournaments going at the same time, obviously in our hangar-like facility that we have secured for this tournament. The 2 mini tournaments are going to be 2-rounder monster trucks, which is basically 800 points, 100-point max on squads, no small bases. And your admiral must be on a large base or larger ship. So it's basically all the bigs. It's the chance that you can fly, Executor 2 without a problem, and just headbutt each other with dice. Who's the Boss is actually a chaos tournament. Every fleet is built out to 400 points, no admiral. And then they randomly pick from a deck of all the admirals available across the multiverse, and they must play that admiral for the first round. In the second round of the tournament, they redraw, and it could be Darth Vader first round, it could be Anakin the second, it could be Martuk the first round, it could be Agate the second, and you never know what you're going to fly. We actually had a pretty hilarious, unexpected draw on a previous Who's the Boss tournament where one of our players, Hiroki, just a super nice guy, had a CIS Black Bomber fleet and drew Sato. And it couldn't have been more perfect. He just wrecked people. It was
funny.
Really, sometimes it works great, and sometimes you're flying a squadless fleet and draw Sloan. That's what happens.
That's what happens.
Yep.
And then we go to our mainline tournament, which is for all the marbles, or in this case, some pretty good, sweet Admiral Tater gear. Which if you haven't seen it, Admiral Tater's got an excellent video covering everything he has. Go take a look at it. We did showcase some of that yesterday, especially that nice tray topper with the new Armada Chicago logo.
Man,
or Chicago Armada logo. Is it Armada Chicago?
Armada Chicago.
Yeah.
Armada is first and foremost. The location second. Yeah. No, it's it's really a great design. Garrett knocked it out of the park, and they're really hard to do. He got some real fine line work in that engraving. The logos look really amazing, and he has done through Tater's Ship Shop such a great job of providing prize support. I know everybody listening out there knows he is the go-to for prize support. He just makes such great product and so useful too. Everybody uses the product always. It's not something that just sits on a shelf.
Right. So we got Rob there's moved his Providence up. It looks like it's gotten up on the station. I'm going to switch camera view just so you can see both of these. Jeff, I'm doing this for you because that's that Rebel Providence moving in, looking right at the CIS Providence. Actually, the way I'm looking at this, the gameplay and the map, this is going to be a brawl, I think. This will be a great opening. Yeah, but I could be surprised.
Yeah, you know what? This is going to be really, really interesting. Will it be the determining game that answers whether the Rebel or CIS Providence is better? Will it be, Ken?
Well, I have a thing with the CIS Providence, and I think you should fly 2 of them with Trench because they're mean and they're evil and they take a beating is what they can do. But that Rebel Providence, because the Providence is a great ship, does a wonder. So now I want to talk a little bit about our top 8 players. So of course right now we've got a spread between 20 points and 26. So they're keeping their points from round 3 and moving into round 4 and 5. Now with a 6-point spread, it's still just about anyone's game.
Yeah, no, that's true. 6 points may sound like a lot, but with the level of play, especially matched up against one another, I am guessing we're going to see more 6-5s in these next 2 rounds than we've seen in the whole rest of the tournament. These fleets, they know how to fly them. These are great players. and they are how should we say? They are well motivated to win. I don't think we're going to see a lot of mistakes.
No, I don't think we will. And that's part of the joy of watching Star Wars Armada at this level. You know, you've got your tournament, or not your tournament, your store play, which is very casual. People are bringing jank fleets, they're bringing fun fleets, and that's where you get your biggest influx of newer players.
Yep.
And we do have quite a few new players today still at the tournament, running around doing things with monster trucks and Who's the Boss. And, hey, Rob's son Royce is in the chat rooting his dad on.
Man, that's a good son right there. I mean, he played really well yesterday and had a previous commitment today, but he is still in spirit with Armada.
He is still here. Now, we do have Squadron Phase. We're still here in round 1. We will be moving to round 2 momentarily, and then we'll start getting more into the nitty-gritty of what's happening with each ship. But again, Turn 1's a great opportunity for us to more or less cover what's going on with the tournaments. So, again, we'll be keeping you up to date with what's going on with the different tables, who's winning. Probably most of that, if we're doing anything, we'll be very quiet about until after this game's over, and we'll report in. But we'll definitely give you a full set of standings of who potentially could win it at the beginning of round 5. Now, another thing we want to make sure that we wind up doing here is figuring out what table we want to show for round 5, and we're going to hope to look at all the scores and say this is the most likely to potentially have one of the winners, and if it looks like it's going to be a boring matchup, we'll pick something that'll be more exciting.
I don't think we're going to hit any boring matchups. I think honestly this is all fireworks all the time. I'm looking at these top 8 players, and I've had a chance to look at some of the fleets out there. Like I say, motivated players with effective fleets. This is going to be crazy.
It will be. We also want to do a quick shout out to everyone around the world here. Thank you very much for tuning in to the stream and rooting on, whether it's your favorite faction, your favorite players, your dad, or whatnot. So please drop us a line in chat, tell us hello, and then, of course, if there's any questions you guys have at home, ask away, because we'll be happy to cover whatever we can to give you the best opportunity to see what is happening here on the table. We will be switching cameras a little bit, not a lot, but, you know, it kind of depends on
the action.
Yeah.
You know, they're setting up stuff, Ken. Speaking of switching cameras, might this be a good opportunity to take a quick gander at Nick's excellent uniform?
Oh, we could go back and we could look at
that special
Nick's
angle.
uniform.
You'll see some of the other top tables out behind
we will.
them. But yeah, let's see if we can see. Look at that! Look at that!
He's
crisp
contemplating
imperial uniform. Yeah, I mean, in heavy contemplation. But any imperial officer is going to make a proper decision. Otherwise, Vader's in the wings, ready to choke you out.
Yeah,
best make a good decision.
We probably should not let Nick know that behind him is a Sith Lord, because that might freak him out just a little bit.
Do it. Yeah.
So we are setting dials. We're moving here into turn 2. I think we've had enough fun with our players for the moment. We've got Rob to smile. We've got Nick to smile a little bit. So I think we're in good shape. We'll go back to the overhead here.
So as I'm looking at the setup, Ken, I'm going to reduce my volume here a little bit, and we're going to talk some tactics.
Let's talk tactics.
It's very interesting to see Rob has thrown that MC-30 horizontal to the side of his board, and that's directly in front of Patriot's Fist. I am really curious to see with that huge front arc on Pat's fist if that MC-30 is going to try to swing around speed 4 and then slow down and cut to the back of him, or if Patriot's Fist is going to be able to get in on him and get a devastating shot. Patriot's Fist is fully capable of one-shotting an MC-30.
Well, one thing to keep in mind with that MC-30, first of all, it's a torpedo frigate, so it wants to get in close.
It does.
And you've got X-Racks on it, and you've got ordnance experts. So, you know, if it was me flying an MC-30, you want to figure out what is going to be your target ship. And, yeah, move in, speed 3, speed 4, get in close, get that one shot. If you can stay in one arc of Patriot Fist, you're probably okay. But you got to really get in close, because you're going to be throwing extra dice with PF.
Yep, I really think that the way the CIS player, Nick, is set up, when he turns in, Rob's going to have some very difficult decisions. Jaina's Light is not particularly hardy,
No.
even though it can ignore all the obstacles. And the MC-30 is a glass cannon.
So we do have a flotilla here moving
grenade.
at speed 2.
Yep, and this is where Rob's 5-ship activation will really come in handy as first player.
Yeah.
He's not going to get hung out to dry.
No, this will be an interesting game for sure. Thanks you, William. Really appreciate the support. Hopefully we can provide you with not just great coverage, but outstanding coverage.
You know what? It's also, I always see William pop up in the chat with the support. Thanks, my man. I've seen him pop up at the Adepticon stream yesterday, today. Much appreciated.
No, we definitely appreciate everyone that tunes in, watching what we're doing, and watching these players.
All right.
And again, we're going to shout out Doug, our sideline reporter. I made him laugh too. Good. Who's helping us out, making sure we know what's going on. So thank you, Doug, for being a part of the stream team here. And that looks like the goes are moving forward speed 1 as well.
Yep.
So not much really going on yet because we're outside of range.
So the activation padding continues with the Gozers and the GR75s. I'm guessing that it's going to be either Jaina's or the other G7.
Jaina's Light being activated, nav.
Okay.
Being taken as a token.
Okay. Saving up for a little acceleration later, I'm guessing.
Maybe. Right now, I mean, she's already moving at speed 3. And again,
Yep.
remember, Jaina's Light obstacles matter not. Asteroids do not concern Jaina's Light.
No, they do not. But do you know what will concern her? The side arc on that Providence, if it gets too close. That will be concerning. But let's see what happens. He's going to dodge that obstacle. Rob's not going to get caught on an obstacle with Jaina's.
No. Now, we'll also do a quick shout out here to Games Plus, one of our title sponsors. With all the support they gave here in making this a reality. Games Plus is our local store here that's been hosting Armada every Sunday for a very, very long time. We usually fill the place.
Yeah, on Sundays during the day at 10 a.m., at 1 p.m., at 3 p.m. There are usually 3 slots. We have an Armada Chicago Discord, and we have a Sunday roll call channel where you can ask for a game. We'll get the pairings ahead of time so no one comes out and is left out to dry. And yeah, it's really, really great.
Responding to Patrick. Patrick, thank you for joining us today. Lists are not posted in T4. There's that Munificent moving forward, speed 2. We are starting to get into fighting range here.
Yeah.
But if you do have questions on some of the lists, we can bring them up. There probably will be a command stack episode in the not too distant future where we talk about some of the lists. One of the advantages of being kind of directly involved, Ion Radio is one of the title sponsors for this tournament, is, well, Ion Radio and command stack are kind of almost one and the same thing, and we might be able to showcase at least the top 8 fleets, so
yeah.
Stay tuned on that.
Yep, it's really interesting. I've seen the
Squadrons here.
Yep. And that's definitely the Rebel player because we have no squadrons over here. I wonder how effective these Rebel squadrons are going to be. I mean, the Headhunters and Blount and Shara Bay. There's no squads on the CIS side, so that fighter screen might have some limited effectiveness.
We can attempt to refocus that a little bit for you. If you give me a little bit of time there, Quentin. We'll switch to something else for a moment. But yeah, maybe just a little bit. I wonder if that's stream quality.
Yep. All right, so it looks like there's some contemplation being done on the part of the CIS player. He's looking at Rob's reaction, and let's see what he's going to activate here. I think he's asking a few questions about setup. And I think a pass token has just been played. Yep, that's what it is. There was the contemplation, and the shrewd Imperial commander plays the pass token. Now the rebels have a decision to make. The GR-75s have been activated. And so I think, well, I don't know. I don't want to speak for Rob, but I'm sure he wants to wait on that MC-30, and I'm sure he wants to wait on that Providence. Let's see here. So yep. So after that pass token made, Rob is still deciding. It's a big decision because now you're getting close enough to be in the danger zone. So he wants to not give away what he was planning. Careful measurements. Doesn't want to give a free shot to the CIS player. So it is the CIS player's objective. So the CIS player played the pass token, and then the rebels have to make it. The rebel fleet has 5, and the CIS player has 4, and it is the CIS's player who is second.
All right, guys. So I'm back. I took a quick look. Looks like our I'm going to put this back onto that overhead. It does look a little off, and I think it's where the manual focus is sitting. So we will adjust that between rounds. And by rounds, I mean once these guys are done with turn 2, we're going to make a here at that time.
All right. We'll just have to be a little more descriptive in our terminology.
So what we're going to say is the blurry Providence is going to move into the blurry MC-30, and no, I think what wound up happening is we bumped the table. Someone must have bumped the table at some point, so something went slightly out of focus. But that's okay. We're going to fix that for you guys.
It is a finely tuned machine, this camera and mic setup. That's for sure.
And my remote is not working the way I want it to. So clearly, again, minor technical glitch, but we will take take care of that for you, Quentin.
Nice.
So that MC-30 is moving still at speed 3, he's doing what it can.
He's trying to stay as far outside of that Patriot's Fist as he can, and if he can successfully go around, he'll be able to eliminate the problems with Solar Corona. Because obviously on our right, the viewer's right-hand side of the screen is where the Corona is. So if he can keep all of the CIS player ships toward our viewer's left, then
well, now we're looking at the Corona. We're looking from the Corona.
Yes, we are the Corona. We are embodying the Corona.
To restart the game with it.
That'd be a perfect idea.
They may want to. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll find out. We'll ask them if they just want to restart the game, because clearly the Solar Corona is having an impact.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah. I'm sure Patriot's Fist is not liking the fact that little guppy's going around the side there, but or the minnow, I should say, right? What do they call it, the minnow? No, they call it the minnow.
Confire token.
Yep. All right. Just doing some tykes. Little tykes interaction.
Doug's coming in a little quiet. I think he needs to move his microphone a little closer to him.
All right, so let's see what Patriot's Fist does.
PF,
He's going to come
we're
in
looking
here.
right around. Speed 2 is what it looks like.
Yep.
A Zenithal Solar Current.
The shrimp, I like that. Yeah. All right, so it's going to be interesting to see if the Recusant angles at all. If he goes forward, unless that MC-30 goes real fast, he could be looking at a double next turn. Because that front arc, see, look, he might move into a double. So he's got to be very careful. I think that's probably the right move. If he had angled toward the MC-30, I think he would have been limiting his options
to
going
just
forward.
the front arc, yeah. Yep. But let's remember here, Patriot Fist, if you make the PF shot, you're only going to get one. And you have to be at medium or long range to get that extra 2 dice. So really it doesn't matter depending on what kind of an angle you're at an attack. Because then again, having said that, if you're at long range, you're going to throw 4 dice out the front, 3 dice out the side, so you might get a slightly better attack with those blues and get some accuracies, MC30.
Sure. But if that MC30 now comes in on him, if he had angled, I'm not sure if he would have got the possible double, because he doesn't have to PF. He can just take that double arc on that MC30, and double arcs are not the MC30's friend.
No, they are not, unless the MC30 is the one doing the double arcing.
That's very true. That's very true. And we may see that next round. Okay, so looks like we're going to get an attack here. From what ship to what ship, we will hear. It's 2 reds coming from somewhere.
Front to side, Providence to the... I think it's Providence to Providence.
Okay. No, to the Munificent.
It's Munificent? Munificent.
Yep. The Munificent is the one closer. Okay. So, yeah. So, we've got that...
The Munificent, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Martuk, that's correct in the chat. Yes, the CIS Admiral is Martuk, and the Rebel Admiral is Krista Agate, as one might expect with the Providence. Oof.
2 accuracies.
Oy. Going to remove one of those because of the Corona.
Yeah.
And now there's an accuracy left. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This must be the salvo. Oh, jeez.
Yes,
wow.
this is a Martuk fleet
but yeah.
on the CIS side. We can go over the fleets again. We'll do that probably right at the beginning of round 3 or 4. But we're going to make that adjustment to the camera. Ooh, look at that blank.
Ugh. Man, the dice are not kind today.
Not today. They're kind of quiet.
Yeah, all right. So, well, hopefully they will come alive right when they get into the scrum.
Well, that's first shots there. First shots brought to you by Admiral Tater's Ship Shop. He provides you with the rulers to make sure you have the most accurate ranges.
The most accurate. It is amazing to see the amount of Tater acrylic on the tables today. Absolutely awesome.
No, Admiral Tater, one of the few people keeping the game alive in terms of giving you new stuff in your hands.
That's right. That's right. All right, let's see how this Providence chooses to move. So I think any way you look at it, it's going to overlap the station. It's a shame it's not damaged. But yeah, so you can see measuring from the front of Patriot's Fist. Doesn't want any part of that, but is definitely gauging things. And he's got to be careful because he's watching Patriot's Fist. But that other CIS Providence is laying in wait at the bottom. It's like he's basically saying, come at me, bro.
Are we reducing speeds here?
I think that's what's happening. And
yeah, moving down to speed 1.
Shrewdly not going into the kill box.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, that is a Munificent there. You know what it is? It's clearly the solar corona having impact on the camera view. That's all it is, folks. So, I mean, we're going to adjust that. We're putting up some solar shields in a moment. Okay, nav dial on that Providence. Looks like we might be here in long range. Measuring things out. Providence, we're out, but maybe Muni still here at long. All right, making these decisions of where we want to set with the CIS Providence.
You know, I'm going to keep my voice low again, but I'm wondering. Okay, that's an interesting move. I'm wondering how the angles are going to play out here because that CIS Providence is in a good position to maybe tilt a little toward the Corona to get some double action happening when that guy moves in, when the Rebel Providence moves in. We'll see how he angles this. It's going to be... It's tricky. If he goes straight ahead, I think that the Rebel Providence can still stay in just the front arc.
I think so.
But if he angles just a little bit,
You might get both and still avoid the Corona.
Maybe, but if then the Rebel Providence turns in it all toward the Munificent, he's going to double arc himself.
That's true.
You've always got that Janus to deal with, but it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
The other thing to consider is, again, we've got a nav here, so we can do a couple things. We can adjust speed down to 2. We get the extra click. At speed 3, Providence is the CIS Providence is 1 and then nothing and nothing. So it's a limited maneuverability at speed 3.
It handles like a bathtub.
Correct. Speed 2, though, you get 1 click on each. So you can add a little bit more, and you can almost start moving like a Munificent because you've got the nav. So you've got a couple different options.
Yep.
And then do you want to, perfect example here. See, Nick's actually helping us out here, where you could do that third joint with the nav. So a lot of decisions to be made here.
Yep.
Let's go back to the view from the solar corona. We've got a satellite sitting there about a parsec away from the...
Oh boy! All right, Ken's throwing out all the techno jargon now.
This planet is only 1 AU from the star.
Speaking of AU, hey, I'm sure that we're going to be getting some of our folks from Australia joining us later, so we will preemptively say hello to them later.
They are only, I think it's 13 hours behind us. In front of us,
tomorrow.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
they are
tomorrow.
in the future.
That's
They're
right.
in the future. Yep.
So,
all right, the move has been made.
There we go.
Speeding up. He's
at 3.
Oof. Ooh, that's
we're
really
moving
close.
right into
that's
action.
Really close. Okay, so if that Rebel Providence turns into it, it's going to get labeled. But if it turns away from it, it will similarly get labeled.
Yep.
Man, there's some bad decisions that are going to be made here.
I agree. Or some good ones, depending.
Yeah, this is like going down to New Orleans and visiting the French Quarter for Mardi Gras. It's fun, but it's bad decisions all the way. All bad decisions. Here come the squads.
I'm sitting here looking at a couple of our camera displays here, and the cameras we have here. So the overhead is a 4K camera, but YouTube has a limitation of, I think it's 1.8 or 2.1K. For streaming. So I'm willing to bet that what's happening is part of it is just we have too much going into the stream. But we're still going to attempt to fix that for you guys in a few minutes here.
All right. So, in the chat, would chess clocks work in Armada? Yeah, they would, actually. Yeah, Speed Armada would probably be an amazing thing. There have been a couple players that I have encountered in the meta that play extremely quick. They kind of...
The thing is, the number of times you'd wear out the button, though, because every time it's like, okay, I've made my shot. Now it's your turn to decide how you want to spend your defense tokens.
That's true.
So you would be hitting that button a lot.
Yep.
You could do it if you play quickly, but I'm going to go on record and saying John and I, when we played together at Gen Con in 2022, we finished our game in 35 minutes. So I think it is possible to play Armada quickly. So we are moving here into round 3. I'm going to take a little break to do some adjustment here on the camera, and Adrian's going to entertain you for a minute.
Well, I will certainly try to. Yeah, you know what? Admiral Tater could probably make a clock. You're right. He's a creative dude. So they are going to adjust the oh, hang on a second. All right. Hey, thank you, Russell. Appreciate you joining the chat. So Ken is going to go out to the table and try to do a camera adjustment while dials are being set. So we're going to appreciate the players doing the allowing Ken to go out there and do the adjustment. Dials are being set. I think this next round is going to see some serious fireworks. We've got the Providences facing down. The squads are in range, so I don't know if the squads are going to make a lot of difference unless they're thrown against a ship. That would be an interesting tactic by the Rebel player, because even throwing a few dice at the of anti-ship at something can whittle shields down. You've got Jaina's Light as a sleeper way off to the side, always with TRC, so I mean it's in the fight. It will absolutely be annoying and absolutely put some shield damage on. Rob has the activation padding with 2 GR75s, and that MC30 off to the side. That's gonna be something to watch here. I mean, it'll be interesting to see who goes first on the attack. I mean, we know who the first player is, but see what happens. Is it going to be activation padding? Is it going to be an alpha strike from the other Providence and move in that close? I don't think so. I think Rob's going to want to outlast. He's going to want to wait a minute, not get into close range of the CIS Providence, and just hang back a little bit and wait for the other ships to do their thing and hopefully draw the CIS Providence in to get a better alpha. And that's my thought. So we'll see what Ken thinks in a minute. He's just coming back after making some adjustments. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what plays out.
All right, folks, the in-stream, let me know if that looks better. And clearly you got a good view of my fingerprints. So don't do crime, please.
So Ken, I was just saying that this is going to be really interesting. We've got the Providences nose to nose. Obviously, we've got Rob as first player. Does he make that alpha strike against the other Providence? I don't think so. I think he wants to wait and try to draw him into close range to get a better alpha. I think he's going to try to pad his activations with his GR75s. That's only going to be able to work in a limited fashion. It'll be real interesting to see what he does.
Well, I'm going to agree with you there. I think... Well, I'm kind of, because I'm replaying myself here, what we're looking at, because naturally I was sitting there more concerned with the look of the camera.
But now we're in the game.
you can do, well, you've got a lot of options here in terms of what you want to do.
Well, see, the Patriots' fist is hanging back.
Okay.
I think
squadron tile on that transport along with the token. So you're now looking at
we're going to soften
3 squadrons. Yeah, we're softening shields.
Yep, that's it. And we're just going to take a blind roll at some of the shields here. Let's see what happens. All right. Those ship markers or the squad markers really handy. You can see he's just getting within one, right in the front. There's Shara Bay. Here she comes. Let's see what happens with Shara. That'll be a blue die.
There's one.
Oh, a black die for hit.
Yep.
And PDIC re-roll for one. Okay, one hit. That's what it is. Those black dice do work. Here comes another squad. Here comes a Z95.
And they're vicious with their dice.
Well, let's see how streaky these dice become.
I mean, they can be. I mean, we're dealing with red dice.
That's what I'm saying. One red die. Let's see what happens. It's a hit.
There's one.
PDIC that, I'm sure. Yep, PDIC. Let's see what happens. Oof, nothing.
But no bomber, so yeah. They do have swarm, but that doesn't work against ships.
Does not work.
And actually, there's a whole bunch that with Rob's squadron build he can't use.
Right.
Swarm's going to be useless. The counter's going to be useless, so it's all bombing.
Yeah. And really, do you want to waste flak? Probably not. Here's a red again.
Double.
Hit, and PDIC it.
Oh, double again. Congrats, Rob. I've been teaching Rob how to roll red dice.
Rob has clearly microwaved that red die. He's going to mark that with UV ink. Oh my God, that is the probability of that, ladies and gentlemen, is like 1 in 250.
It's 1 in 64.
1 in 64. Are you sure?
Yeah, because there's only one double, and it's eight sides. So isn't it 8 times 8?
No, it actually isn't, because it's actually 1 out of 8. Followed directly by 1 out of 8.
Yeah, so isn't that 8 times 8 would be 64, so 1 out of 64?
I think the probability calculation's a little bit more to actually get it.
So for mathematicians in chat that actually know how to do probability, do your N choose R and let us know how...
Yes, let us know. I will admit that financial math is much better for me, so...
I'm sure someone in chat will
maybe
something.
1 in 64. Okay, I'll go along with that. In chat, we've got that.
See?
Thank you for the confirmation.
This is why my major that I was working on was computer science and statistics.
Yeah, psychology and theater for me. All right.
Of course, I didn't get my degree in statistics. I came close.
Yep. No, I
got a degree in information systems.
Oh, geez.
Which is completely different. Actually, no, it's the same thing. but I know how things work. That's all I know. So
Nice.
trivia for you if there's ever an Ion Radio trivia quiz at some point.
I do love trivia.
Trivia is fun.
Yeah. So very careful contemplation here. There's not really a lull in the action. This is just, they are so close. They are taking their time because every decision here is going to be, the consequences are pretty dire.
Oh, 100%.
There's a lot of firepower on that table, and they're all coming together right now. So I feel like perhaps it's like the atoms in the Large Hadron Collider. When all the swirling things about ready to collide, and then we're going to get a nuclear explosion here in just a minute.
I mean, that could happen here. All right.
So there's a
Confire
dial
being taken as a dial.
Yeah, on which ship was revealed? I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
I think that's Munificent.
Oh, okay. Yep, that makes sense. He's going to pad with the Munificent.
Front to the
try to get a
GR-75.
Patriots and a Providence and a better shot. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna try to take out some of that activation advantage. All right. Here
Two
we
reds, two blues. Let's see what happens.
Into this GR.
Well, that's a
it.
start.
Yeah, all right. Are we going to confire in here? Maybe. Yep,
Confire.
in.
There's a
Ooh,
blank.
It's rough. Is he going to LTT? Nope. Oh, that was a Martuk die, and then the Confire was blue.
It was blue.
So
okay.
now he's going to LTT it. Oof.
Oh, ouch.
Wowza.
Well, there's
no scatter, and then he can throw away to reroll 2.
To reroll 2, but then if any damage shows up, that's a dead GR-75 now. So that is the option. You have to do that.
So he is burning the evade. He's going to reroll the double and something else. Yep, the
red double,
reds.
red crit.
Yep,
okay.
Go with the swingy dice. So let's see what happens. So that's going to stick, and let's see if there's a damage. You're right, Ken. And that's it.
There's 2. So that is a dead GR-75.
Wow.
Yeah. What? Structural damage is pulled.
It would have been structural.
Wouldn't, of course.
So as with every tournament, you are counting out the cards that would have been dealt from the deck. So Rob, obviously an experienced tournament player, he's counting them out. And for curiosity's sake, just looked at it and just added insult to injury. But you know what? He's getting that out of the way.
He is. He is. I mean, that's one structural gone. 7 more to go throughout the deck.
Only 7 more.
You know, structural damage is the most common card.
Structural damage, sponsored by Ken Krajniak.
Yeah, really. I mean, eight of them in there.
Or maybe it's Ken Krajniak sponsored by structural damage.
This is, I don't know what we're shooting at here. Out the side at something.
Yep.
Probably long range to the...
He's going to take a shot at the MC-30,
yeah,
likely. I think.
Oh, there's Martuk.
Yep, Martuk.
We'll let you guys know what we're shooting at in a second here.
Oh, he's shooting at the Providence.
Oh, at the Providence, okay.
Yeah, aside to the Providence. Okay, nice.
Probably to the front,
Yep. So we're going to cancel something with the evade, I'm guessing. A little measurement going on here. Yep, just making sure that he's not going to get labeled by Patriot's Fist.
Brace?
All right, so he's going to brace to 2. He's not going to use the evade. Just take him on the shields.
So I just had a thought about Admiral Tater clocks. They'd be all made out of acrylic.
Yep.
And they'd probably have some interesting gearing in it.
I'm sure.
And what you need is you'll need like a battery, one of those CR 3020 batteries, and then it would slowly run and turn.
So right. So there was a question in the chat about why pull the damage cards not relevant to the ongoing game. So it's always been attrition because the cards are random. that you're pulling the damage cards. There's 52 cards limited in the deck,
Mm-hmm.
so it's always been kind of a thing. I don't even know the exact rule or where it started. But in tournament play, it's just like you take the cards in the order that they come as they would have been dealt, because when you deal the damage to a ship, you deal those cards. You don't just leave them in the deck.
So the
They are
specific
dealt.
rule actually goes into the main rules and regulations, where as you take damage 1 point at a time. So when you're taking those internal hits, you pull the damage card, you put it out on the table because you took the hit, and any criticals that happen, obviously happen along with it. Now, does the structural damage matter when you know you have sufficient damage to destroy a ship? No, but you're going to pull those cards out, and then when you pull the damage card that is equal to the number of hull, that's when the ship goes away. So you're going to continue to pull it because technically the ship is not destroyed until those damage cards have been dealt.
Yep. If John were here, he would probably know the exact page number that rule is on.
He might, yeah. And there, as far as I know, there is no difference in the tournament rules to the specifics there.
Correct.
Squadrons, I believe, on the other GR75 here.
Yep, showing squads, and he's gonna try to plink some shields again.
And Russell, thank you very much. We're glad we can kind of help giving you a little bit more Star Wars Armada action. Because whatever we can do to bring this game to you guys in your living rooms or in your offices if you're watching us at work because you're in the future or the past, or you're watching this later, we're happy that we can help you out.
Yep. All right.
All right, we're
back
going
to the dice
into
tray
the
here.
side.
Yep, and this is another Z95.
Yeah.
Yep.
Getting our squadrons.
Yep. All right, and then I think we're going to get Blount in there. I believe, unless that was Blount, but I think, yeah, it's Blount. For one. All right.
One.
Every damage counts, but that's PDIC into a crit, so no damage.
Well, all the
PDIC is gonna work.
Z95s are going to throw a red. It's the only difference is Shara.
Yep. Shara has a black.
Yeah. Unless you're Mars, part of the Fly Casual group, then that's Shaza Bay. But
yes. All right, he's gonna move in, man. moving that GR into the danger zone. Woof. I mean, the only thing that moving it there is gonna do is obstruct Jaina's light from the Providence. Obviously, Jaina's can shoot.
Yeah, Jaina's won't matter.
But maybe that's the play here. Is going to put it in the way so that side arc on the Providence can't plink at Jaina's.
Well, you'll protect Jaina's a little bit. Looks like there's enough room for that GR75 to fit in there.
Yeah. Tycho Bay, yes.
Or Tico Bay, depending on how we're going to start that all over again.
Are we going to start this again? Yeah, at Adepticon, it was a thing. I need to throw my weight behind Tycho here, and Sheila can beat me up later over it, but yeah. All right, so let's see what's happening. We're going to have some measurements here.
Seeing what's in arc and what's not.
You see Nick, the CIS player at the bottom, throwing that laser on Rob's Providence. He needs to know where to turn or where not to turn to try to stay out of a double arc. And so he's contemplating activating the Providence. That's an interesting choice. Interesting choice if he's going to with the Providence now. He's gotten that other GR out of the way. So the activations are even now. So as second player, Rob would have to move everything in, and he would get the last activation. And I think he wants to pull that Providence in, the Rebel Providence in. He wants to pull him into black range.
Well, we'll wait and see. Not with bated breath, fresh breath, or any other kind of breath.
Minty fresh.
Minty
breath.
fresh?
Yes.
Mine smells of Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Well, same here. Yeah. That's my blood type right now is coffee.
That's an unofficial sponsor to the...
Unofficial? Yeah, right? Exactly. All right, so I think we're going to see a dial here.
Yep, taken as a dial.
Yep, measuring to make sure he doesn't have a shot.
blue die, we're firing.
Oh, so it's the
GR75
that's
into
the GR75.
the Sea Rocks into the GR75s. There's one.
Oh, Confire?
Martuk.
Oh, Martuk. Oh my goodness, a double.
Yeah,
What the heck?
Martuk
That's definitely
does make
scatter. Those Gozers tough.
Yeah. So scattered away.
Yep. But you know what? Now that scatter is stressed, that's a enticing side shot for that Providence to get rid of that activation. All right, so let's see what happens next. He's going to move. Oh, that's interesting. All right, so let's see what happens. So if he can somehow tuck in that Gozer next to the GR75,
just kind of place it right there in
no,
view.
He's going to turn hard. I don't know if he's. Oh, he might make
you,
it.
you got a couple different options there because you have some maneuverability out of the Sea Rocks. Dial and token.
Okay.
Speed 3.
Ooh. Okay. Inside turn. Yep, we're going to tilt up that Providence. Rob with those long arms helping him out.
And here we go. Are we going to fit? That's the question.
Yep.
Don't have a great camera. You know what? I'm going to
I think he
shift
will.
here. Let's take a look and see how well this fits.
Yep. So here he comes. It's going to be right at the very end. Yeah, I think he's good.
Yeah, it looks clear.
Ooh, that's close, but
Yeah.
close but good.
I think you can fit
Wowza.
at least a transport in between there, maybe.
You know, I think that flying
Maybe
is
a
brought to you
starfighter?
by that Imperial uniform.
I think so. It's all the Imperial officer training that
That's
Nick
correct.
has had
Yep.
has allowed him to fly that well.
Those pilots are screaming in that Gazanti.
Jaina's light
Jaina's
activating.
light. Confire.
Confire.
So let's see what gets shot. I have a feeling it's going to be the Providence. Can't be obstructed, so I think they're going to throw it right in the side and see what happens. They're going to stress those CIS tokens because that Rebel Providence is going to be following up. So here comes 2 reds from Jaina's.
2 reds into the side of the Providence. Here we go.
Let's see what happens.
Well, okay.
And that's an accuracy, which should be removed for the...
Confire in the blank.
Yep, but that accuracy should be removed for the Corona.
But now here's something that we have with all Jaina's lights, that magnificent TRC, so we get that double.
Yep. The accuracy still should have been removed, but we can't say anything because we are streaming.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what happens. No one is catching it. Sometimes in tournament play, we are seeing things that are mistakes that happen,
Right.
but as long as the players aren't catching it, we cannot interfere.
One thing that always is asked, and I'm going to talk about this right now,
Yeah.
is what do we do as Ion Radio for streaming? And it's we fit into the role of a glorified spectator. We're not judges, so we can't make calls on how things are supposed to work or whatnot. We also cannot interfere directly with the gameplay. What we can do is we can, because of stream, if you roll out on the table, we can sit there and invalidate those dice rolls and say you have to roll into the tray. And then the other thing that we are allowed to do is pause play if we need to move a camera or something. But that's about the extent of it. And usually it's is it okay, players, if we adjust this camera in between turns? And usually the players are pretty gracious for us.
Right. Yeah, it like you said, Ken, the glorified observer, and then we just get to spout off and share everything with you in the chat, and then we get to sit back, and it's almost like we're people watching, but we are plastic ship watching. Yep, that's right. Humans playing the game, but you know what? At the end of the day, everybody here, I think, is really an awesome sport. None of this is malicious.
No.
I don't. Neither one of these guys, I know for a fact, if they had discovered it, had it pointed out, they would have taken it back.
Right.
They would have done. These guys are all great sports. It's just you're right in the chat. Things happen.
And you know what? If I had a nickel for every time John and I did that on the channel, specifically with this objective, even with every little indicator that, hey, we could retire comfortably, I think, at this point.
Yep. I think Jaina's just rammed the Gazanti.
Jaina did ram the Gazanti,
Okay,
yeah.
Yep. So that is a card for the Gazanti and nothing for Jaina's.
Correct. Poor Gazantis. The flotillas really get picked on, don't they?
They do, but deservedly so. I mean, they're padding the activation, and that MS-1 ion cannon. That's just a rude and unexpected thing.
Engineering, dial. We're fixing up that CIS Providence.
Yep. And he's moving shields too, I think, which is the right move, right call. I'm a little surprised that he is moving that Providence. I thought for sure he was going to wait till the Rebel Providence moved in to get some black dice on the target. But I think what he's doing is he's setting up the Patriot's fist shot. So let's see what happens. Little discussion about the logistics of moving the shields and resolving the engineering command. So here we go. Thanks for that comment, Russell. I've done the exact same thing on multiple occasions. Yeah, it's the objective where everybody forgets it as you get into the game. All right, so we're going to get some shooting done here. So let's see what we are shooting here. The Providence is gathering dice, and we'll see what it is shooting. So he's going to shoot the GR-75. As we thought, that scatter is stressed, so we're going to see if he can blow through it and reduce that activation padding. Let's see what happens. Whoa, that's a big shot. No scatter, so this is gonna hurt. And there's Martuk. That is definitely enough. He's already thrown his evade. So let's see which two he's gonna have re-rolled with that burned evade. So re-roll both blues. Interesting. So he's going to fish for some accuracies here, I guess. Nope, that is a dead GR-75. And the crit would have been ruptured engine, and they're counting out the cards.
All right, sorry folks, I was a little absent there. I needed to get a refill of my coffee cup because you know what? Long day.
Long day.
A long day ahead
All
of
right.
us.
So, in your absence, the GR-75 on the Rebel side went away with that side shot from the Providence, and now we're going to see what the front's going to do. I'm obviously going to go after the Rebel Providence.
I mean, yeah,
Rebel. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, Providence and a Providence. We're just
checking
going
ranges.
to make that. Looks
Just
like that
out
might be medium.
It's medium. Yep, it's out of close. No obstruction. 2 reds and a blue, and then obviously Martuk is going to add more insult to injury. So let's see what the initial pool is here. All right.
Well,
all
2
right.
crits and a blank.
Yep. Here comes Martuk. Whoa.
Ooh, there's the double.
Okay.
Martuk really,
Yep.
really
Whoa.
playing into the action here today.
Yeah, really. And that's it. There's no other dice control on this shot, but it's 4.
Counting up our activations to figure out
Yep,
how we want to spend defense
Rob
tokens.
is just definitely making sure that he is not going to be in range of that Patriot's fist shot. So he's going to evade and re-roll the double.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what happens with this. Oh, wow. In Rob's advantage. So he's going to brace, redirect, salvo.
Ooh,
He's spending
a whole-
all the toys.
Whole
So
suite.
takes 1 damage to the side, and now the salvo shot on the front of the Providence.
Take a look at what we got for the salvo.
Yeah, red and blue.
2.
That's 2. He's just going to take
taking
on
it.
the shields. Yep. Because he knows he's got the big shot coming up
Right.
after he moves. That CIS Providence is going to take a big shot, and don't forget, Rob is first player.
Right. So he gets that opportunity
So
to fire again.
He's gonna be able to fire on that Providence, and then likely, beginning of next round, fire again.
Yeah.
And it's gonna really leave a mark.
We're waiting actually with a couple different pots of paint here, where we can start marking battle damage on the different.
Yeah, it's I think we should dump a can of red paint on this mat.
I mean, we might.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be carnage. Oh, and he's gonna move in. I wonder if he's gonna ram. Is he gonna ram that ship?
I think he will.
Ooh,
I think he
man.
will land on some. It depends on what we want to do here with some ships.
But these Providences both have their admirals.
Yeah.
So it's like, are you really going to headbutt the other ship with your admiral?
I mean, you could.
Of course,
but
is that? Ooh, that's spicy.
I don't know. Now,
he's trying to
the
get the double.
advantage you do have on the CIS Providence is you do have speed 3, because you're limited to speed 2 and not as good of a speed 2 on the Providence. That's the Rebel Providence.
Right.
So
I think he's checking to see if he's going to get double arced. I think he can. If he goes there, he might only fit into the front, and then try to live through those 2 shots. You know, he'll be able to refresh his defense tokens for the second shot. But I don't know, because it'll be next round. But let's see what happens here. All right, so they're marking squads so that they get an accurate movement.
Well, they
Those
know
squad
that
markers-
those are getting.
This is going to
overlooked.
matter.
Yeah.
This is going to matter because if he gets doubled, it's going to be bad.
So we're definitely going to ram at speed 3.
Yep. And then go back to 2. Ooh.
We're in turn 3,
Ooh,
folks.
this is going to be close. Lock it in.
Definitely close. And Doug's going to let us know if we've got any double arcs there or not.
Man, that looks
No,
close.
landed on all the squadrons.
Yeah. Okay, so now that the ship is set down, here comes the laser. Oh,
The
looks like it's
double
doubled.
arc from the Rebel.
Yeah, it looks like it's doubled. Ooh, this could be bad. Let's see. We're just going to get confirmation here to see if the Rebel Providence doubles that.
Well, Doug's paying attention. We're double checking.
All right, there's the squads are being put out there, and then we're going to see if we can get a confirmation. Okay.
Yep, that is a
the
double
2
arc. Okay,
confirmed.
confirmation.
It doubled. Oh, man. That CIS Providence is now in the hot seat. He's going to take 2 shots this round, and then 2 shots as first player next round. Ooh, that's going to hurt.
This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt. This is going to be good, though. This will be. This is what we want to see.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the thing is he's got those DBY, so he can flak back.
Providence Engineering.
Yep. And don't forget he's on the station, so if he rams, he'll be able to remove that
He'll
card.
hit,
Ooh.
come back. But you get that damage card first.
Yep.
So
Yep. That's correct.
adding some shields.
Yep. I think this is
It's turn 3.
turn 3. Yeah. Ignore that.
And then we are
It's a headbutt match. Rob doesn't want it, but yep.
An hour 6 to play, just in case anyone's keeping tabs on
All right.
time.
Oof.
We got this Providence against Providence. Let's see what we've got. Rob picking up his dice.
Yep, he's shaking his head. I know this isn't ideal. He doesn't like to get into this direct confrontation like this, but it's gonna be dice. It's gonna be dice.
This is going to be dice.
He's definitely gonna stress these tokens. Let's see what happens.
We are all watching. We got some good fun table talk.
Yep.
Front to front.
Yep.
And that is coming up. All hits 1 blank on the black.
Yep. Ordnance experts though, so let's see what
OE
this
the
one
blank.
comes with.
Into
Okay.
1. Okay, not bad. 5.
Yep. Doing work. So he's got PDIC, the red crit.
Red crit
Yep, makes
yep.
sense.
Yep,
Yep,
still
okay.
hit.
Yep.
You still got that crit sitting there.
That's true. Man, you know this. We said that it was a little slow on the maneuver, but man, we said there was going to be fireworks this round, and
3 shields on
it's
the front.
happened.
Redirect.
Oh, and with the auxiliary shields team, he's going to put him on the back.
Advanced projectors being used here, so we're moving them all over the place. I say
That's what
advanced
I'm sorry,
projectors,
advanced projectors, I
and
misspoke.
you know, because of the invincible title, you can pick up advanced projectors.
Yep.
All right,
Alright,
side to front.
Side to front. Here we go. Ooh. Fistfuls of dice.
Slightly bigger shot.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Side to front.
We're just able to make this shot too, which is kind of cool.
Oh, interesting. And again, not removing the accuracy. Oof.
Blank on the OE. Ordnance experts, for those of you not familiar with shorthand, Armada.
Wow. This is really, this is affecting
Interesting.
things. It's affecting
Real
things.
interesting.
Yep. The curse of the objective.
There's, I believe that was PDIC on the one hit.
Yep, correct. And actually, could we get the overhead shot?
Yeah, we get the overhead shot.
Yeah. So, I think that maybe that.
Here's the salvo, by the way.
Okay, here's the salvo. Oh,
Ooh.
Ouch.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, that is
Ooh.
a
that's
double.
bad. Hang on. Oh, yep, he's got DBY that to a crit.
Yep.
4 coming in. And coming into the side. Burn the brace. Make it 2. Ooh, burn the brace. Oh, but he's got Walix.
He's got Whale
That's why.
Explicit so that he can bring him back.
That's
you know.
correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so interesting. I think that perhaps that side arc from the Providence may just
Ram, land on the station,
Yep.
recovers the CIS Providence,
Yep.
taking the actual damage.
Yep.
Definitely having a scrum here.
Yeah. And as first player, you know that Providence could be the first one to act and get all the black dice all the time.
And I think there's only
On
one
target.
ship left to activate.
And it's the Patriot's Fist.
Patriot Fist, I think, still has to activate. Actually, the MC-30, I don't think is
I think you're right.
activated this round.
No, you're right. It's so off to the side, I totally forgot about it. And I'm sure Rob wants his opponent to do that too.
Nav, dial, I believe
Okay.
this is on PF.
Okay.
Teek's doing the nav.
Yep.
Take a look
And
at
he's
options
gonna-
here. Oh, now we're
yep.
looking at that
Yeah, he's gonna
MC-30.
shoot, and they're going to see if it's obstructed, and I think it might be.
Okay, we're firing into the side of the MC-30. 3 reds because of the obstruction. Oh, and now we're using swivel-mounted turrets.
Ooh,
we're going
yep.
to add some extra dice here. Here's the initial shot. All right, 1 hit, 2
Oh,
blanks. Not a
yikes,
great
that's not
start,
great.
but that's okay. We have some
Here's the
dice
swivel.
fixing to come.
Yep, that's Patriot's
Here's
Fist.
Patriot Fist, 2
Ooh,
accuracies.
And that's from the front, correct?
This is front into
I think
the MC-30.
The front might actually be out
There's
of
the
that
swivel.
solar. So,
Even if it was, it wouldn't matter because it's not the initial roll.
oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. My bad. You, sir, are correct. Boy, no dice fixing on those
I,
two.
I know a thing or two about a thing or two, but
A thing.
you know.
A thing. Oh,
Okay,
veteran gunners.
both evades being locked down, so that removes the
He's gonna-
accuracies from the pool.
He's going to vet gunners, though.
Yeah, and then
Yep.
vet gunnering what's left.
Yep. Let's do it. See what
Not bad.
happens.
We can probably get some more damage out of it, and
Yeah,
no.
Wow. Wow. So 2, but no evades.
Yeah.
So, Let's see what
But
he
you
does
got redirects on that MC30,
You do.
so
You do.
you know.
Yeah.
We are going to
And Foresight. So
Yeah, and Foresight, yeah. A common title. I don't
It's
fly my
great.
MC30s with titles,
Well,
though.
Foresight and Admonition are just crazy good
Oh,
titles.
they're awesome titles.
I hate flying against them, but you know what? They are effective.
I'm waiting to play a 1,200 point game with nothing but MC30s.
You know, I will take that challenge. And
Will
I
ya?
Fly nothing but Star Destroyers. And
Let's do it, Adrian. I will gladly watch my MC30s get popped one each round. But I'll take down an ISD
I'll just-
after every 3 activations.
could be, yeah.
For those in chat, who would like to see that game recorded? Russell, no, Solar Corona did not impact this attack because 2 reasons. One, the front of Patriot Fist is not in the Solar Corona, but even if it was, because the Patriot Fist dice were not in the initial roll, those are not affected by Solar Corona. It is just the initial dice pool roll.
That is correct. Ooh, all right. So Patriots Fist coming in hot. Angled itself pretty nicely.
Staying away from close on that MC30.
Yep. Nice. And as always,
Foresight
a font
nav.
of knowledge in the chat. Yes, absolutely correct. All right. Speed 3 on the MC30. It's gonna swing
No
around. And I'm
shots.
thinking it's gonna come swinging right into the tail end of the.
I think it is.
Recusant. Definitely will.
And then once you get into close range,
Yep.
Patriot Fist is no longer important.
Well, it's going to be an interesting decision to be made here because he's giving the CIS player a bunch of bad choices. Do you let the? But I think he has to go first with the Providence.
Well, see,
Because it's getting hurt.
you
It's
need
double arced.
to.
Yeah. And that MC30, you know,
Well, but
Man,
see,
that's gonna
here's
be
the thing.
tough,
You
'cause he's gonna
can't really
double the
move.
Recusant.
The Recusant's kind of stuck where it is. You can move into a
Right.
bad position, or you've got to move that Munificent first. So the MC30 might... this is just supposition at this
Yep.
point. Until it actually happens, then it becomes fact.
Right.
It's kind of like predicting the weather.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I think if he goes first with the Rebel Providence and that CIS Providence lives, which I think it will, there's going to be just a whole bunch of blasting going on.
Mhm.
And having Patriot's Fist, given the flexibility to shoot that Providence or the MC30,
Yeah.
it's going to be real interesting.
Speaking of the weather, it is a beautiful day outside. We've got a little bit of cloud cover here in the Chicagoland area. But if I am correct, I do believe it's about 60, 65 degrees outside.
Beautiful.
So,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Nice day, a little bit of clouds, but has
Yep, the weather has really
speed 3
cooperated. for
extra
the-
click.
Yep.
Yeah, it really has.
All
I'm
right.
going to go back to the overhead just so you guys can see
Yep.
that a little bit
So
better.
that
But yeah,
MC30 is not-
clearly
I think we're
in the
close.
back.
And
We're close range.
Well, you know, the side, I don't know if the side's at close on that side. Maybe.
We might not
Let's
be
measure.
in.
Ooh, into
Definitely
the front
from the
for sure.
front.
But let's
but
see if
yeah.
the side is. Let's see if the side is close. That's going to be
No,
out.
it's going to be medium range.
Ooh, just.
Ooh.
It's a game
But
of millimeters.
It is. It is.
Rob
it
right
really
now
is.
is kicking himself for not going around the back at speed 4. I'm sure.
And around here.
Yep. So he's discarding Walex as we thought to bring back the brace.
ECM's being refreshed
Yep.
with an engineering token. And we are going to move here in to turn 4.
Yep. Yeah, ECM's on that MC30. It's
A
pretty
little bit less
important.
than an hour to go, so plenty of game time.
Yep.
We did start a little bit later with the round. There was some
Just a couple minutes.
working out with monster trucks and Who's the Boss.
That's
And
right.
we will give you guys an update at the beginning of the next round how that is going.
For sure. I'm looking out into Hangar Cam, and I can see, as you can see, crowds of people, everybody having a great time, really having fun with the fleets. I'm getting some word from the floor that there's some hilarity ensuing with Who's the Boss, as you are, as you can imagine. I actually had a player come up as I was coming back into the booth because, you know me, Sith Lords.
Yep.
He said, "Hey, I pulled Vader. Do you have any advice?" And I said, "Just have fun with it because that's a great pull. You're going to lose the initiative on it, but you're going to have all the rerolls you want."
Still setting dice and dials over here. Here we go. Into turn 4 proper.
All right. Engineering on the Providence. As we thought, Providence.
Whale
goes
Explicix
first.
brings
Yep.
back the brace at the activation.
It did. Yep. So let's see the shots. It's going to be another double here. He's bringing back 2 shields on the side with that engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, no, wait.
okay, so he's actually getting rid of the card.
Dumping
Okay,
the
yep.
damage card.
And bringing back 1 shield. Okay, cool. And he's going to move 1. All right. Makes sense.
Yeah, this works.
Yep.
Adrian switching to cup number 2.
Yep.
And folks, it's thermoses that he's drinking. Front to front shots, 5 dice. Let's see what happens.
Here we go.
Well,
Oof.
there we go.
And again.
3 OE,
Nope.
nothing. Ordnance Experts has not been helping
Block.
Rob out.
He's blocking the brace, but I still think that should be
I
solar.
don't know. That may
Oof.
may not be. Oh, look at the
Oh,
double there.
PDIC into double.
Oh,
Jeez, that is not what you want out of PDIC. All right.
so this is going to be braced.
Yep.
2 face up.
Yep.
Salvo.
Here comes the salvo, and he's got those DBYs. Yep.
Oh,
He's
look at
gonna
that.
Turn that to a
Yeah,
crit.
there's
Yep.
the crit. Those
And he's gonna-
DBYs are mean,
Yep.
especially when you get a black die.
Yep. And he's going to block that brace, I'm sure. Oh, the evade. Yeah.
Yeah, now you're
Does he-
forced to
does he
deal with
spend?
3.
Yeah.
The one you just got back.
And yeah, yeah. Does he spend that out knowing that he's got Patriots and that Munificent off to the side?
And the Providence still.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah. This is gonna be some choices here. Yep. He's just gonna redirect the 3.
all
Okay.
3 to the
All
side.
3.
Okay.
Yep. He can only get away with that once.
Well,
Here comes the side shot.
Second
side
shot.
to front. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, that's a lot
that's
of
a
damage.
lot of
That's
dice.
a lot of damage.
A lot of dice.
Oh,
Ordnance Experts again.
Oh,
You know what?
yep.
I think we're going to sack all the Ordnance
But
Experts.
that's 6 damage, and again, that accuracy is really affecting this. If that is
It's
gone,
having an impact.
Oh, having an impact. But no one's catching it.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
All right.
Life support failure.
Life support is the crit.
Loses a command token.
And here's the salvo. He's throwing it
Yep.
up. But
Yep.
DBY.
Salvo. 2. DBY, there'll be 3.
Yep. Smart to do it on the red because he can only. He's not going to reroll 1 of those, right?
Bracing it to 2.
Okay. All right.
Move, I think, is just going to wind up
Yep,
being
and
oh,
the Ram's gonna kill it.
Yeah, it's
The
gone.
ram is going to kill it. It only had a couple hull left.
Yep.
And yeah, the ram is going to kill it.
Well, this is definitely this game's
Oh
taking
no,
an
I'm
interesting
sorry.
turn
It
of
wasn't a
events.
ram. It was enough. I
Oh,
think
was
that
it
damage
enough?
was enough.
Oh, it was.
yep.
Okay.
He didn't have the shields in the front. Yep.
Right,
Okay.
right.
My mistake.
So now we're just moving in. Now Rob trying to make a couple decisions here.
Yep. No, so Rob's going to activate a ship, and it's. I'm sorry.
Nick will activate
Nick
a
is
ship.
gonna activate a
Yep.
ship, and I think maybe it's the Munificent, right?
Mm-hmm. Rob deciding how he wants to approach this.
Well, he's got to move first, and then we'll see.
Now, there's some limitations because you know if you stay at medium range of Patriot Fist, you're going to take Patriot Fist.
Yeah.
You're also then getting that side from the Munificent.
Yep.
Upping
so he's spending
speed
the
too.
token. Yep. All right. Let's see what happens. He's going to run over some squads, but he doesn't care about that.
No, that's not going to matter because, I mean, you're not fighting against any squadrons.
Right. And just doesn't get the station, I'm guessing?
Once Rob moves his hand, we'll see.
Yep.
Think he's not on the station there.
Yep, that's correct.
Doug will confirm that for us.
Yep. We'll see if that
The
Providence
station,
landed
Doug,
on the
is
station.
the Providence? Yeah, off the station. Correct. Thank you, Doug.
All right, so let's see if Nick takes that shot. It's not at close range, so I think that he can Patriots fist him pretty good in the front. But if I were him, I'd activate that Munificent. And But then again, if he doesn't activate Patriots fist, that MC30 is in short range in the front.
Right.
You don't want to have him, go all X-Rax ordnance experts craziness on him.
And here we are doing our engine techs.
Oh, he's engine tech.
Yeah, because there's engine techs on the Rebels. Yeah.
So he's going to move in close and thereby eliminate Patriots fist.
Mm-hmm.
Smart. Very smart. Very smart.
But I'm
And now
not
he's
sure
gonna
that's really improving his position in terms of, what you're going to get shot at.
Yeah, I think he's just outside the double.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, that's going to be close though. Let's measure the double arc.
Oh, that looks like that might be close range or just out. Just out.
Just out. Oh, he tried. So Patriots fist is in play.
Yeah.
But let's see if there's a double there. Likely not, but it's close.
But see now. This is a tough decision because do you want to activate the Munificent, get the clear shot, or do you want to?
I think
do
now
Patriot Fist.
If he's out of short, I think now you do Patriots fist and don't give that MC30 a shot. 100%.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, is he gonna? Oh, it's the Munificent, I think.
Are we firing the Munificent here?
Is
or are we
it
doing
the Munificent?
3 reds.
3 reds, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So side to side.
Yeah, that's Munificent to the Providence side to side. Yeah. Medium range.
Yep.
3 hits showing.
Is he? Oh, and because Martuk is gone.
Martuk has been knocked out. Yeah.
It's a nothing. So it looks like he's gonna. Is he bracing the 2? Yeah, I guess so. Thanks to Krista giving him that extra.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bracing the 2.
Bracing the 2 and just taking it on the shields.
Yep.
All right. I think he's going to measure
firing rear to the MC30. Can he hit the front is the question.
That's the question.
Going into the side.
Yep. I think that's safer. That shield line on the MC30 is pretty...
There's a double.
Pretty hard.
LTTs with the Munificent.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a crit, so
there
that's 3.
Yep.
Granted, long range, you can burn evade off that MiG-30.
Well, he's going to cancel both.
Yeah, cancel both. Foresight.
Yep. But he spent it.
The MC30s we've seen in the tournament so far, it's making me reevaluate Foresight.
You don't fly any titles, Cam.
I don't fly titles, but maybe I'll reconsider that in the future.
Yeah.
I just like flying cheap MC30s. It's like I'm not getting the new MC30s, I'm getting the used ones. That's how this works.
.45 minutes left in the round, and he's going to move that Munificent out of the way to make way for Patriot's Fist to come in and do some work. That MC30, though, is going to get off a couple shots. Ooh, and that Muni's going to move in to try to get into a good doubling position.
Still sitting here around 4. Nick making decisions here on how he wants to move.
Yep.
That Munificent. I'm not sure that is a standard Imperial officer watch, but it might be. Using the dial,
being
making
an
that
officer has
tough
its
turn, yeah.
privileges. He can violate the uniform code.
I think so. I mean, he's got the Admiral badges, so
That's
I mean,
right.
from A New Hope. So we're in good shape.
Correct.
Rob's second activation now.
Yep.
It's got to be that MiG-30.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, Jaina's light.
Jaina's light. Interesting.
I don't know that we can see good. No, we're going to go over here to the
Yep.
overhead.
All right, so what is Jaina's light going to shoot? The Gozer?
Maybe? Con fire.
I mean, it might catch the side of Patriot's Fist. No, it's the Gozer.
Right
Okay.
into the
Yep.
Gazani, into the Sea Rocks.
So we're going to see about, I mean, it's going to scatter it.
Oh, there we go.
Well, yeah, but you know what? They're not taking it out again. Okay. And TRC'd it into something to, well, he's going to try to reroll. Oh, all right.
Blank.
All right. Rerolled it, but that's, man, this is, oof.
It's something.
It is something.
It is something. We'll say that. It is
Yep, we'll say
definitely
that.
something.
There's going to be some choking out later.
Yeah. I
By
think
Lord
Lord
Vader.
Vader may have something
Yeah.
to say about this.
If this is a diplomatic game, where is the ambassador?
Well, hey. The ambassador's making good on a couple things, but the Imperial commander.
The ambassador needs to be recalled
Yeah.
to the Senate, for sure.
The joys of being spectators.
And then the ram.
Yep.
Yep.
And there goes a
There goes the-
GR-75.
Yep. And Jaina stays where it's at
Yep.
because of the ram.
Yeah. And takes no damage.
Right.
All right. Patriot Fist.
Yep.
Concentrate fire.
So, yep.
Token.
So let's see what he does. I mean, I guess you see what that initial roll is before you decide to Patriot's Fist, but he's swiveling.
Swivel mount. Yep.
Yep. Going to do some work, probably on that front shield.
Teaks. Confire.
Yep. So we're just out of close range, so he could Pat's Fist if he wants.
Front to side of the Providence.
Front to side. Okay, there are no shields there probably.
No. Or might be one left. We'll find out in a
Yep, we'll
minute.
find out in a sec.
But this will definitely be a PF shot.
Yeah.
There's our
Okay.
4. That's not bad for a start.
Not bad, not bad. That,
4 and 4.
That recce though, only veteran gunners. So
There's the PF with an accuracy shown.
okay, pretty good.
And swivel. That looks
Swivel.
to be a double.
Ooh, that's a ouch. And obviously, there's APTs on this, so we're going to see a face up on this.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't have to be in close
Nope.
range to do that.
Not for APTs. So we're going to see some craziness here. And did he block a brace?
That's the confire.
Okay. Does he have any other? I think he has a token.
Well, he would have had to decide that at
he
the
did
roll.
not. Yep. All right, so 7 damage.
7 damage. No evade.
No evade.
Yep.
Right,
Smart
yep.
move. Smart move because you want to get that extra damage.
So he's gonna decide what tokens to spend, and then the crit effect will be decided.
Correct.
I mean, spoiler alert, it's going to be APTs.
Brace.
Okay.
Redirect being
Burning
burnt
a
out.
redirect. And salvoing.
And salvo. Wow. Okay, so 3 tokens being spent.
Yep. And let's see if he calls that. Let's see if Nick says APT. Yep.
Salt proton torpedoes.
APT.
Here's our face down or face up card first.
Face up. And what is
and
it?
we have structural damage.
Oh my
2.
goodness. 2 structurals have made their appearance today.
It warms the cockles of my heart to see the structural damage
so
come
there's 4
up.
damage he's got to figure out.
Yeah.
He burned the redirect, so he's going to
3
put
to the front.
some on the front, and he's
1
going
to
to
the
take the
side.
1 on the side. Okay.
Okay.
And then a regular. Okay, red and blue on the salvo.
For the salvo, yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Dice being cleared.
Yep. Here's the salvo.
Salvo is 2.
2, hit crit. All right. Deciding what he wants to do with those 2. Oh, he's bracing it? Okay. And he's going to evade the crit.
Yep.
All right.
2
Well,
standard hits. That's
yeah.
that's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Brace redirect.
Brace and redirect. Okay, he's going full defense token on this one. And he Patriots fisted, so now we're going to move. Interesting. Okay. Yep. So he's going to come on in. That arc, that front arc, is so devastating.
It's huge.
But and Patriots Fist is pretty healthy, so
It is.
I think it can stay in just one arc and be okay.
I think so, because even though you're going to be at close range, you're going to roll 6 dice against it. You've got enough options with PF to probably weather that storm. And then if you can stay in a double arc, you've got a lot of dice you can roll out of PF.
Well, here's the issue. That front arc isn't going to lend itself well, in my opinion, right now, to a double arc. That Rebel Providence is going speed 2 or 3 now at least. I got to look at the speed
and you
dial.
still have engine techs.
And engine techs, and he's first player. So he's going to be able to get the heck out of the way. But the choice here is, by putting Patriots Fist there, does he want to keep the Providence there to take the huge double arc, or lose Jaina's light?
That's true. That's a good question.
Jaina's is going to be right in the front.
And Jaina's will have the PF shot.
Yep. Ouchie.
Oh, the strategy
swiveled in.
unfolding.
I know, right?
So the game is unfolding to be much more interesting. Turn 5 is going to be fun.
Yes, it will. It will.
I think we picked a good table, Adrian.
I think so, yeah.
We're curious to know what the folks at home think.
Yeah, what do you think? All right, let's see. Make this move.
There we
Big
go.
base. Ooh, flying right in there.
Look at that.
Okay.
You can fit. You can
Nice.
fit. That's beautiful flying.
Yep.
Precision.
And now the MC30 has no shot.
I don't think it's got a single shot.
No,
yeah.
it's,
Well,
it's
you're
gonna
limited
come
to
in knife
medium
fight.
range.
It's going to knife fight. Yep.
We're going to just stay on this because we're going to see how that
Let's see
MC30
how that
comes
MC30
in.
happens. Yep. All right.
Okay.
Yep.
MiG-30.
Revealing
Confire.
Confire, but that's not going to help him. Token and
Token.
get up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you get for swinging that wide, you know?
Yeah. Rob
Decisions
thinking
being
here.
made.
Yeah.
All right. And honestly, the pressure is really on the CIS player. Having lost Martuk, he really needs to get that Providence out of there to stay in the point hunt. Really does.
Keeping tabs. Other
Yep.
tables
Ooh.
still.
Is he going to 4? Is he going to 4? He's looking. I think he'll fit. Once that's locked in, I think he'll fit. But let's see if he goes. Oof. Yeah, agreed in the chat. The SC is if the objective accuracies had been adhered to, it would be a different fight right now.
Oh, there'd be a different mix.
Yep, very different.
Completely agree. I've been cataloging in my head what I think that would be.
Yep.
And it would be a different story.
Yep. Oh, he's not going after. I think he's going to preserve the points. He's not going to get in close and take a chance. But he's got to be real careful.
Do we have a confire or?
It was a confire, but he took a token because there was no shot. So, all right.
Speed 4 with a token?
Yep. He's noping out.
All On to squadrons.
Yep.
Rebel Providence. I think we can get an update on the Rebel Providence.
There are 2 cards on the
in terms of
Rebel
what's
Providence right now. Maybe Doug can help us out by telling us what kind of shield damage is on the Rebel Providence.
1 shield on the port side. Nothing on the front.
Yep.
2 on the rear.
Yep. Lots of shield damage and 2
But
hull.
yeah, so it's basically all, no shields on the one side, but that's about it.
We have to be careful what we say because we are so close. But in the chat, once again, an excellent observation. Yep. Yep. Nothing gets past our chat. Nothing.
No, nothing.
And you're all correct.
Yes.
You are correct, but I trust me, even though we have kept the camera angle on the mat, Ken and I in the booth are
we're taking notes.
Yeah, we are gritting our teeth and furrowing our brows for a lot of this game. Oh, yikes.
Well, we are in turn 5 now. We're getting set up and everything else. We're going to go back out, look at the hangar, see how we're running out there.
Yep, looks like lots of
still
fun being hit. Oh, there's some dice being rolled overhead. I know that player. Steve is a great guy, and he always rolls important rolls by double fisting the roll over his head. There he goes. You can see it on the camera.
Here at what we got here on some of the tables. None of the top 4 tables are done yet. We're still moving. I'm going to ask Doug if he can give us a time check, just because I'm curious to see. 33 minutes left? Okay, 33 minutes. So we've got time. We're moving into round 5.
That was very specific. Thanks, Doug. Oh, engineering.
Providence first.
Yep, engineering on that Providence.
Yes, Admiral Tater is there. He's got his back to the camera here when we go out look at the hangar.
He's wearing his official Tater jersey.
Yeah. Rob is deciding he is going to move as many of his ships as far away as possible so that he doesn't lose anything.
Yep, he's taken that Providence kill and going home. But let's see how the movement here goes. And he's not shooting. He's not going to risk the salvo.
No. Which, I mean, given the fact that his only angle is no shields, that's understandable.
Yep. Because even if he got a really good hit on Patriot's Fist, that thing is going to salvo, and that's just more damage he has to deal with for the follow-up shots.
Patriot Fist.
Yep.
We're going to fire, I think, into Jaina's, is my guess.
Maybe. We'll see. Because once he moves, there's another longer... Okay. So it's going to Jaina's. All right.
Swivel to the front.
Yep.
Into the side of Jaina's light.
Yep. Let's see what happens. Here we come. Here we come. Oh, whoa! Jiminy Christmas, 2 doubles.
Wow.
Oh, man.
5 on 4 with red. That is impressive.
Patriot's Fist. I'm guessing it's Patriot's Fist, right?
Yeah. We had our red, our blues.
There's
there's an accuracy that pops up.
You need another one.
Yeah.
So hang on. He's swiveling in. Swiveling in. Oh, and don't forget he's got APTs.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh well. What's he gonna do now? Ooh, you don't want a veteran gunner's this because you've got 2 doubles.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the confire. Does he throw a blue?
I don't know.
Maybe. He wants another accuracy, though, because Jaina's has 2 of those evades.
2 of the evades.
I think he needs to do a blue.
Stephen, we don't have any reports from the other tables, but if you would like, we can probably see if Doug just wants to go walk around in the top 4, and maybe we can get 1 or 2 things from it. Hang on. We're having a discussion.
Okay. Uh-oh, something's happening up front. He's spending something?
Confire and the token.
Yeah?
Yeah, and we're adding in, I believe, a blue.
Okay. And, okay, so the blue, and he's going to see if he wants to... He's going to re-roll the red one with the token, I'm guessing. Or a blue. Or does he re-roll the blue?
Yeah, here's the re-roll with the token.
Trying to get the accuracy.
No,
Didn't get it.
Didn't get it.
All right.
Steve, we'll get you that information after we're done with this round. We'll give you a little bit of update. So we don't want to impact the game as it stands.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna as they resolve this shot, I'm gonna let Ken do the color. I'll be right back.
Adrian doing his thing. I think he's refilling his coffee cup here. So we've got a bunch of stuff being re-rolled here. This is Vet Gunners, I believe. Yeah, look at that. Slightly different change. We've spent the 1 evade already. And we're down to, looks like 5 damage. Because that's a blank on the red. Rob deciding how he wants to deal with the damage here. He still has plenty of options.
All right, so Jaina's going to take some stuff. Did he? Oh, yeah.
Make a decision of which dice to evade.
Yep.
No.
Nope. I think he already did that.
No, he just... Okay. Bracing it, I think, or redirect, rather.
Redirecting. So, I did take a gander out some updates. Jeff and Stephen on Garrett. He is locked in a battle with Dave, and it is rough. Most of his squads are gone. One of Dave's MC30s is gone, and they are in a scrum. So it looks like it's going to be a very hard fought and close match, though. The point values seem a little close to me. The other top 4 tables are just, I mean, everybody is fighting everybody. There's Star Destroyer and Starhawk. There's a whole bunch of craziness going on out there right now. Yikes. Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, but it's
crazy stuff. I think we're out of range here for Jaina's light to that Munificent.
Yep.
Oh, MC30 being activated.
That Recce
Nav
turned in hard.
Well, I think the Providence is going to try and go for Jaina's light in round 6.
You mean Munificent?
No, Munificent could too, but I'm thinking for the next round. Not the Providence, the Recusant.
Oh yeah, of course.
Patriot Fist.
For sure. Yep. But
you gotta remember what I'm thinking, not what I'm saying.
So as first player, it's going to be really interesting. Rob is going to choose whether or not to get that Providence out of there or Jaina's light. It's going to be a tough choice, and obviously he's going to probably want the CIS player Nick is going to want to turn that Munificent in to try to get some red dice on Jaina's or on the Providence. You know, just keep depth of 1,000 cutsing these things.
Speed 3 on the MC30, and I think now we've got Munificent to activate.
Yep, I think so. Out of red to Jaina's, but he can flak. It's got red flak, so it could be flacking some squads, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I think we're doing.
Okay.
One red die.
One red on all that. All right.
Maybe we could get something. I mean, Z95 is only 3.
That's right.
Oh.
Not like that.
But LTT.
Yep. Wow. Just
There's
one. That is statistically. Oh, what is that?
Was that a Confire, maybe?
Could be.
Well, 2.
All right. So, gunning for points is what we're doing here.
Movement on that guy.
Yeah, that's not going to be good.
Well, I think he could park it on the station, which is nice.
He wants to get a little closer though, because he wants to keep that red side arc.
I don't know that he can do it without ramming. I mean, it's gonna be close. I wonder if
I think he can do it without ramming. I think he can just tuck in.
It's gonna be close.
Yeah.
Of course, that's our vantage point.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's going to 1.
Yeah.
Yep, spend that token. Right? Oh, no.
Oh, no. So I think he jumped up to 2. But, yeah, he made it.
Okay. All right. Ooh, that arc line.
And if you didn't do that, if you still at speed 1, then you're engine teching.
Right. Does the Muni have engine techs?
Yeah, it does.
Huh. Nice.
Rebel Providence?
Yep.
Oh, no, Jaina's light.
All right, let's see where
Nav.
Jaina's ends up. Because this is going to make a difference. If it goes away, Pats might get a shot on it. If it stays going sideways, it could end up double arc by the Munificent.
No shot, just moving.
Oh, and that's going to be rough. It's going to be rough.
Think you're going to wind up staying in Patriot Fist range.
I think so, but I think that Jaina's might be his first activation.
Could be.
He's first player.
You're right.
Because then he's going to try to dodge it and then let the Providence try to soak it up.
And then I think you're pretty much going to be done.
Maybe.
What are we doing here? About 24 minutes left. We're definitely going to get into, I think, a round 6. There's really not much left here. I think we're now sitting in the squadron phase here.
I think so.
Yeah. So we're going to be getting into round 6 in just a second.
Yep.
Well, round 6, turn 6. The vernacular here is...
Right. So he's going to move those squads away, just get out of flak range of the Munificent. Don't want to take any chances at getting points off the board.
Right.
So that those things are just going to fly away.
Watching the end of this game come up. And Rob right now just moving his
just moving his
squadrons
squads
away.
away.
I mean, keeping them out from being potential
Just
points.
moving them the max distance to the side so that it's, it's...
I mean, this is
it's
clearly
not getting flak.
clearly smarter than something that I would do, which would be I'm going to run them right in and try and take down another ship
none of
because
those
I'm
are rogue.
greedy.
I mean, I guess you could put them in the way of something.
Yeah, you put them in the way to get a single shot that are going to do nothing, just give the other person points. And that's how I play the game.
Wowza.
Turn 6, folks.
All right.
Turn 6 brought to you by Ion Radio.
It is the most Ion of all the radios.
It is. Occasionally, as impacting solar coronas, it impacts camera focus.
That's correct. All right. So let's see what Rob activates.
This should be quick.
It's going to be Jaina's. How did I know?
Yeah.
Jaina's showing nav.
Nav.
It's going to get the F out of Dodge.
Yep.
Yep. I almost said it.
You
I almost said it.
did,
I realized what I was doing.
I had my finger over the cough button just in case.
Ken has been editing the potty mouth of a Sith Lord today, but yeah.
Well, I can't blame you because you've got that Sith mentality here, the Dark Lord mentality, and there are this is a fun objective for Sith Lords.
It is.
All right, there goes Jaina's light, comfortably out of range, I think.
So now it's going to come down to likely to a Patriot's Fist shot at the tail end of the Providence.
If it can reach.
Oh no, it's got reds, but I don't think it's in blue range.
Well,
We'll see.
Patriot Fist does work at long range, but I think we're out of it.
No, they're in.
Well, against the Providence, yes.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking Jaina's light.
Oh, not Jaina's. No, yeah. I think Jaina's is not is not going to go away.
Patriot Fist activating.
I believe it's a Confire dial. Maybe Doug can tell us what that dial is on the Patriot's Fist. What dial was just revealed? What dial was just revealed,
And
Doug,
we're going
do you think?
side to front.
Oh, navigate. Okay, so it's
Patriot Fist.
not Confire. So,
there's a 2.
well, turnabout's fair play, I guess, right? Not removing that accuracy.
All right, paying attention to what's going on. We've got just shield damage, a bunch of it moved around. And there goes PF moving away.
Yep. So I think once that Providence moves, it's going to be all over.
Which edge is the Solar Corona? It is the edge that at
our
the
right.
The on the right from the angle you are looking at.
And once again, you are correct.
Yes.
I'll just say it now because it's not going to affect anything at this point. This whole game, that objective has been ignored.
Yeah, there's been
the whole game. Unfortunately,
six different
we can't
shots.
say anything, but it would have affected a lot.
Yeah,
a lot, especially earlier. But yes, that's correct.
Yeah, we'll agree with you there.
You are absolutely correct. Yeah, it's a little sloppy.
Yeah,
a little sloppy. But you know what? The pressures of the top table apparently are becoming evident.
I think there's a couple things, and we're going to kind of talk over here because there's really no shots left here in turn 6, and we'll be get the score for you, but we're just going to continue watching what we have here. But I mean, there's a couple things you got to remember with these players. First of all, this is a match where when you look at the two players, and there's your fist bump, and that signals the end here of round 6 and
we'll
end
get the
of
points
game.
here in a minute.
We'll get the points in a second here. But I mean, so a couple things that we're going to talk about relative to this game.
Yep.
And give us a second here as we wait for the points.
Yeah, we're calculating the points here.
Actually, we got to finish
finish
the ships getting moved on.
That's true. As long as the round's going, it's a must for the move.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll be back with the points for you in a second. But I mean, here's a couple of things to think about.
Yep.
Thing number 1. Rob has 23 points. Nick has 24. So they want to try and do a little bit better. They're a point apart.
Yep.
And that's kind of key of importance. We have one other table done, Josh and Tom. Josh has 10 points.
Whoa.
Tom's 1. Wow.
Okay.
That is going to be interesting.
That's
harsh. In terms of how that plays out.
Yep. All right, so getting back to the game that we are currently streaming, we're going to get the point value. But yes, the objective should have been very effective for player 2, and instead it was ignored all game.
Not all. I think one it was actually removed, or maybe not actually. So, my view on some of this is I think the Separatist Providence would have stayed on for a bit, and I think actually the Rebel Providence would have been destroyed.
Correct. Yeah, I think that's absolutely true because the CIS Providence was the principal ship affected by all of those accuracies, and it would have been able to reduce some of that damage or move it around a little bit more. I think it would have been definitely.
And even with the ECM usage, it still would have been available for some of the other shots where it would have come in later. So,
and don't forget, you're removing that die from the pool.
Correct, it is removed from the pool. So
it takes away flexibility to re-roll it, takes away flexibility to turn it into anything. So,
and
so it looks
Doug's giving me the score here.
195 to 46. 195 to 46. Wow.
Okay, and we believe Rob won that one.
Yes.
So, all right, final score, we're going to come back to the presenter cam here with Ken and Adrian. Hello, everyone. You can see our lovely faces while you hear our wonderful voices at the same time. Rob wound up winning that game, 195 points to 46. But I'm looking at the fleets here, and what we're probably looking at realistically, if we would have looked at Solar Corona and removed some of those dice, I don't think that Rebel Providence would have remained. So you would have had another 155 points. And that puts you at 201. I think Nick would have had it by about...
As the chat is also pointing out, that C-Rock would have stayed because he accuracied the scatter.
Yeah.
That accuracy would have gone away, and there was no further accuracy to lock it out, so it would have gotten rid of that damage and stayed in the fight. And it's not only points, it's an activation.
Well, and see, here's the thing. Every activation that you could have had with Martuk that didn't get that extra dice, there
Correct.
was probably 2 or 3. That's why I say I am 99% positive the Rebel Providence would have been removed, because I'm sitting here looking at the table. I don't think there's any damage cards on it right now, but there was no shields left on it. So I mean, there were, but not enough. You between the Munificent, the Rebel Providence shooting into, or CIS Providence shooting into it, and then a Patriot fish shot, it would have been destroyed.
And don't forget, Martuk staying on the table gives that Sea Rock a blue-red.
Yeah. And that's
cow.
extra shots
Huge.
on it. And
Yes, absolutely huge.
This is why I say, even if I'm guessing you probably would have still seen the Sea Rock get destroyed just because of shot at it, but it would have survived for at least 1 or 2 more shots.
For sure.
So again, looking at that, I do think that Nick was kind of deprived of 155 points. But now here's the thing that I've got to add to it. Nick was player 2, and it was his objective.
He should have been calling that out, 100%.
In the chat, yes, there was one spot where the MC30 did move, and it moved incorrectly because at speed 4, and I know this really well, it's nothing, 1-1, nothing at speed 4, and we did see that first joint get clicked at 1. So now, again, here as presenters, we are glorified spectators. We are not judges. We cannot say anything. We can reach out for a judge, but as they're running around, moving, you can't always have someone here at the top table. So if you had another judge that was dedicated to just the top table, then that'd be one thing. But that's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, and really, and that's how it should be. We're not going to affect the game. Our job is not to affect the game, but we can certainly talk about it behind their backs, and that's kind of what we're doing. However, it has occurred at Adepticon when maybe a judge has kind of given us the high sign and has said things like, hey, are you noticing that maybe it's a little bit of slow play? We can definitely kind of give a head nod, and then but the judges are asking.
Yeah, and the
judges
judge has
can
to
use
be
those
involved
resources,
in that, correct.
But that's not our place. But interesting.
But
very
definitely interesting game. So now let's go. I'm going to take a quick look, see what we can find around. We've got another score in here. So, of course, this game was an 8-3 in favor of Rob. Garrett has finished his game with 7 points to Dave's 4. So, I mean, this is going to be anyone's game. We're still waiting for John and Austin to finish. But Garrett right now is leading the tournament with 3 points. Rob is 31. Josh is 31. Dave is 28. Nick at 27, and then Tom and Austin are still waiting. Well, Tom's done with 21.
The way these games are going, it's anybody's.
It is anybody's game. Because between John and Austin, who are the 2 players left to play, they're still at 21 points. So one of them is guaranteed to be at 27, which puts you kind of in the top half. Depending on how we're working this, and you get anything but you get an 8, a 9, a 10, you are still in it.
In the hunt.
But I will say, I think Garrett's got a good chance at it, but it depends on what happens. And if he's going to play Josh next, and I don't think he's played him yet, he is not.
We'll
so
see.
Odds are it's going to be either him and Josh, maybe him and Rob, depends on how the points play out. And we'll see. So time will tell on this one. We'll give you an update at the beginning of the final round for sure, and then give you who potentially can win and everything else.
Absolutely. And as the schedule is fleshing out for today, after this round is done, actually we'll check with Doug. How many minutes do we have left in this round? 5?
5 minutes left in the round.
5 minutes left in the round. So 5 minutes from now, it's gonna get called, and then there's gonna be an hour break for lunch. So
I think we're scheduled to come back at about 1:15. We might start a little bit earlier, depending on the stream schedule. Start the stream a little earlier. Talk to you guys a little bit. We'll give you the update, and then kind of go from there. And I think that's kind of what we want to do.
And when we come back, we can also give an update on monster trucks.
Yes.
And Who's the Boss, and try to tell you some of the hijinks that went on with that. But
definitely. So we'll have some stories. So we might jump in a little bit early, and then of course when we're done with the final round, we are going to probably do an intermission break for a little bit of time. We're going to move one of the cameras, and then we're going to try and get some sound out there so that we can do an award ceremony for you guys as well. And then that way, again, same thing. We want to make sure that everyone can participate and see. And we know you guys at home always love seeing the award ceremonies. That's fun. We did a good one at Adepticon, 2 years ago. But we want to do something fun here. And of course, we want to see the players' reactions when they get that golden trophy for Monster Truck and for Who's the Boss, which, again, Adrian, those look great.
Thank you. Yeah, no, they turned out really well, and it'll be fun. It will sit, I'm sure, with pride on someone's mantelpiece or shelf.
It
and
will.
then when all of their relatives come over for Thanksgiving and they say, "What is that?" You can say, "Oh, it's an angry lizard," or perhaps it's just a Star Destroyer monster truck mashup.
We're going to take a quick look at chat here before we sign off, and yeah, definitely C-Rock would have gone a little bit longer. Rebel Gunners had their sunglasses on. You know what? You might be right. They were in better focus than our overhead camera for the first two.
Yeah. Jeez.
Okay, we will talk about Josh's fleet later, and then we go here. Russell, thank you very much. We do have some good voices, I think, for this.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Faces for radio, but voices for podcasting.
Yes, most definitely. Okay, so everyone, just again, thank you so much for watching, because you have been watching the 2024 Uprising Tournament, a Star Wars Armada Armada Tournament presented by Armada Chicago. I'm Ken, saying so long on behalf of Adrian, Doug, and the rest of the Ion Radio crew. We are here at the Maywood Public Library in Chicago. Once again, the final score is Rob at 195 to Nick at 46. So thank you for listening, and we will be back in about an hour and a half.